Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams. St Helens, who have beaten Wigan 3 out of 4 this year, bidding to become the first club to retain the Super League crown, and their third title in 5 years beckons. But what opposition up against them? This is the St Helens dressing room. If they win, they will claim their 5th trophy out of 12 available in the summer era. They have been the dominant force. Paul Newlove is out of the St Helens side. He leaves the scene. And Gary Connolly has left the Wigan Steen as well. This club won here 10-4 against Leeds in 1998. They have been over the course and distance before. St Helens, of course, beat the Bulls here 8-6 last year. 14 points in 2 grand finals so far, but many, many more tonight from these two sides. The Saints have Wellens at fullback, Hall, Iro, Hoppy, Sullivan, Martin and Long, the lethal combination. The forwards, Perolini, Cunningham, O'Neill, Joint, Yonkers and Sculthorpe. And the subs, Nicol, Tuilangi, Barrow, Stankovic. The coach is Ian Millwood. Wigan, Robinson at fullback. Dallas, Renoff, Radlinski moves to the centres. Hodgson, the young teenager, comes in on the wing. Smith and Peters at halfback. Up front, O'Connor, Newton, Cowie, Cassidy, Betts and Farrell. And the bench occupied by Gilmore, Mestrov, Chester and Nayland. The coach of the year, Frank Endicott. Fantastic atmosphere at Old Trafford for this. Grand final night, always pretty special. When you get the biggest and oldest rivalry in rugby league on offer, it gets bigger and better. So the Wigan players in blue tonight. St Helens first in, they will wear their regular strip. Andy Farrell just checking something, getting a bit of resin on the hands as he leads his men out of the Old Trafford dressing room. Their 8th appearance in a grand final or a premiership final over the past 9 years. Aiming these men for a 19th championship. St Helens are going for title number 10. It's farewell to Tony Smith, Jason Robinson, Willie Peters, Mestrov and Brady Malem also too. But there is Jason Robinson. This is his last game of rugby league. He will be launched as the new man for sale next week. And the youngster there behind Neil Cowie, David Hodgson. What a night for him. The Wigan players line up in the tunnel to make their entrance alongside the Saints. 38-14 winners at Knowsley Road on Good Friday. 30 points to 28 they won at Wigan in July. Lost 44-4 at Knowsley Road. And then won 54-16 2 weeks ago at the JJB Stadium. Results that make this grand final simply impossible to tip. And St Helens waiting till the very last minute. Draining Wigan, they hope, in that dressing room. Tense moments. Ian Millwood, the coach. Chris Joint, the captain. They finished second, Wigan finished top. Steve-O, you can see the tension on all these players' faces.
And rightly so, it is so important. And is this the first battle of wits? The psychological battle there, you can see Ian Millwood, the St Helens coach, quite happy just to keep them in the dressing room. The nerves, they're all together now. Who will handle it better?
Well, Ian Millwood's leading St Helens out. There's no sign of Frank Endicott. But out they come. Out into this cauldron of noise that is Old Trafford tonight. Here they come. We are high, high above this stadium. And the noise is deafening. What must it be like at pitch level? Whose nerve will hold?
Amazing situation there. You can see quite clearly that the skipper, Andy Farrell, just nodded across to Ian Millward. As Millward said, "Where's Frank? Where is your coach?" Obviously, Frank Endicott wants to get to his seat quickly. Forget about the ceremony. It is the game that counts. That's the only reason I can think. Ian Millward is out there. He led the side. But Frank Endicott led that and allowed their skipper to do the business. Bring them on to this wonderful arena. But it's not how they come onto it, Eddie. It's how they walk off it.
Well, we haven't mentioned the emotion tonight, but it is an emotional night for the players because they're saying farewell to some very good friends. Jason Robinson departs. He will not be playing for Wigan again. Neither will Willie Peters or Tony Smith. On the other side for St Helens, we will say farewell tonight to Julian O'Neill, to Oporo Perolini and to Peretti Tuilangi. Russell Smith, the match official, dressed in a very natty lilac jersey tonight. He will have an important part to play as well, but who can keep the lid on that emotion?
Well, he's certainly got the experience there, and he knows that it will be getting to the players, and he looks calm and collected, which is a great sign. He's been there, done all this before. There's quite a few out there that perhaps will be experiencing in this atmosphere for the very first time. What a start it will be. As soon as the whistle will blow and the ball is kicked off, this huge crowd will just go bananas. The atmosphere is something else, Eddie.
It all began on March the 3rd. It comes to a rousing climax in the middle of October. The Man of Steel gets the grand final underway. Sean Long kicks off. Andy Farrell collects. He takes the first tackle of the Tetley's Super League grand final of 2000. Who will be the top dogs? Early touch there for David Hodgson of Wigan.
Well, I think the nerves are showing even from the kickoff. It wasn't the best from Sean Long. It wobbled all across the ground. Wigan picked it up. They kept calm and collected.
Good defence on show here from St Helens. It's Wigan on the halfway line, and the big forwards to charge it into St Helens territory for the first time. That's Terry O'Connor struggling to get to his feet. A secure and safe first set of 6 for Wigan. The kick downfield is collected by Steve Hall.
Well, we anticipated that. The youngster Hall, like Wigan's winger David Hodgson, they will get plenty of the ball tonight.
Wellens disappears under the challenge. That's Neil Cowie, gets off him. Wellens picks himself up, and significantly there maybe it was Anthony Sullivan at dummy half. There's Kieran Cunningham though, and he's got his left thigh heavily strapped. Look at it, the man now in the dummy half, Kieran Cunningham, heavily strapped on that thigh. Wonder if he's come into the grand final with a bad injury. Kick over the top from Tommy Martin. Robinson, the fullback, collects. Now a chance for Robinson to assess the situation and set off on a run, and he's almost through. That's why Frank Endicott maybe has played him at fullback.
And I'm sure that St Helens coach Ian Millward would have noticed that. He will get the message out. Make sure that you kick the ball well away from Jason Robinson. Give his chasers the chance to apply the pressure.
Radlinski, lovely dummy from Radlinski. Back on the inside is Dallas.
Oh, they've blown it. Newton went on the inside. They collided with each other.
They're still not done. They've got men out wide on the overlap. Farrell comes back this way.
Obstruction.
Referee's whistle comes to St Helens' aid.
He used a man in front of him. Frank Endicott not happy with it. And Frank Endicott knows that they've made a right meal of that. This is the incident. You can see there he utilised Cassidy as soon as Cassidy hit the opposition. But this was the dummy and the break from Radlinski. Back on the inside, and watch Dallas and Newton. They wanted to come back on the inside. If Newton had just gone out into the open space, that was a try right underneath the sticks.
So, interesting start. Early chance now for St Helens as Wellens sets off on his way. Oh, loses his footing as he turned Robinson. He had support on his inside as well. It was Tommy Martin, I think, but St Helens now flooding forward. This is Long. He finds Sean Hoppy. Good tackle round his legs by Willie Peters. Sculthorpe now down the short side. Well, it was an early chance for Wigan, and then the conditions underfoot maybe robbing young Wellens. Here's Long. Now here's Perolini. Perolini gets the Saints to within 12 metres of the Wigan line. Cunningham from dummy half hands it on to Long. Long stabs it through. It bounces. Hodgson claims it very well near his own line under enormous pressure.
That'll hold the nerves, that'll settle it down. Well taken by the youngster, David Hodgson. The power there, he had a bit of a ricochet, but you could see he had the presence of mind, make sure he kept the possession. But Wigan is the side that's opening up out wide.
With Dallas here, fed by Radlinski. And he's flicked it back.
That was forward anyway, but they've got possession. He'll allow the advantage.
It's Hoppy who got to it, and it's Perolini now who's running from dummy half.
Good defence there. He did release it just in time.
He released it forward anyway. This is Julian O'Neill, another man making his farewell appearance. Knock on.
Oh, that is a big mistake. A big prop forward. He just loses control of it there, but didn't seem to wobble too much. Seen enough, though, by the official Russell Smith. Well,
last game for St Helens for Julian O'Neill. First against Wigan in the Challenge Cup tie in 1997. The wheel has come full circle for him.
Well, I made the comment, Eddie, that perhaps it would be St Helens that couldn't resist the opportunity to keep the ball alive, but it's Wigan that's just shifting the ball out wide. You'd have thought that they were taking safety first. You thought that they would utilise the forwards, but they want to get it going.
They do. They have a spring in their step, Wigan. It's Dennis Betts who has the ball now. They're just looking around at Old Trafford. No rain falling. It's not a typical grand final night. It is dry at the moment, and these two sides are the greatest exponents of dry weather football. That was a massive hit by Cunningham on Cassidy. Here is now Willie Peters. The ball turned back inside to Robinson. He's away from two. He's away from Perolini again. Tries to straighten it up. Iro is there, and Iro flings him to the ground right on halfway. That's the last tackle. Ian Millwood watching from the stands here at Old Trafford. Another kick down the wing for Hall, but it's Wellens who collects it. Wellens who made the early break. Halted this time by Cassidy's tackle.
Good play by the fullback Wellens there, but the kick and chase was superb. Oh, that's a high one.
Penalty to St Helens.
Getting a bit excited. Stand off Tony Smith. Well, the atmosphere and the pressure applied to these players. Not surprisingly, Smith going right over the top. They went for a second bite at it. Sullivan felt it too.
2-0 the penalty count to St Helens. They are in possession here, and it's O'Neill again.
Oh, that was a sloppy pass that could have been picked up for forward too.
This now is Tommy Martin. Misses out one and finds Sean Long. This now is Chris Joint. Joint was almost through. Radlinski got a very important tackle in. Long. Wide pass. Lucky for him, it dropped to Martin. Martin trying to jink around them. O'Connor was there with the tackle. Cunningham at dummy half. Hounds it on to Long again. Long. He spun away from one. Can't get away from Newton second time.
No support. Second phase was non-existent.
Sculthorpe. Almost through again. Great tackle once more by Willie Peters. Wellens in quickly at dummy half. Joint fumbles. Regathers. Gets the ball away to Hoppy. Hoppy scores the first try. St Helens get first blood. Sean Hoppy with the try on the last tackle. They went for the power play, and St Helens come up with the goods. The champions lead with Hoppy's 9th try of the year.
They paid the price, Wigan, for going far too high in the tackle. Far too often they allow the Saints the ability to jump underneath the would-be defenders and keep the ball alive. He did ever so well here. Look at this. Beautiful play there. Through the dummy. They went far too high. They went for the legs too late. And the 4 points had been scored. The Kiwi international, Sean Hoppy. What a start.
And boy, has he hit form at just the right time. Only 4 tries in the regular weekly rounds. He has scored now in every round of the playoffs, and he has a record tally to his name for his country. Sean Hoppy, and it's handed on now to another Sean. The man of steel for the year 2000, Sean Long. The first St Helens winner of that award since George Nichols in 1978. He was substitute in last year's grand final, came on, kicked 2 goals that helped to win the Super League for the Saints. This, the first kick for Sean Long. Oh, not the best. Missed it by a country mile. Saints 4-0 up, though.
He'd be disappointed with that. Everybody out on that park realises the importance of getting 2, but look how they were slow to get to the dummy half, and it was a juggling act by the skipper. But he did ever so well, 4 around him, but they really should have stopped Hoppy there. Plenty of blue jerseys, and when he got it away, too many grabbing, no one doing a tackle. And there's the man that set this stadium alight.
What have Wigan got then in response? Deep kick-off from Farrell. Martin was underneath it, tipped it inside then to O'Neill. And O'Neill has done that consistently for the past 3 years for St Helens, has carted the ball forward for them at every opportunity. Wellens drafted into the England squad as replacement for Francis Cummings this week. Great present for him in the week of the big finale of the season. This is Paul Sculthorpe, who will also be playing for England in the World Cup. To Kieran Cunningham of Wales, to Tommy Martin of Ireland. The kick through though, oh, Robinson, it went backwards. Oh, that's an escape.
Well, he did the right thing, twisted the body at the point of impact, and little doubt that that went behind him. Not the best kick though from Tommy Martin. But the one thing that the Wigan coach Frank Endicott will be getting the message through very, very quickly is that they've got to start making sure someone goes down for the legs. Okay, make sure you get the impact round the legs first, then try to smother the ball. You don't do it in reverse, otherwise you pay the price. And Hoppy has certainly took advantage.
Yonkers and Sculthorpe with the tackle on Cowie. Play the ball to Newton. On then to Smith via Peters. And back on the inside comes Farrell, who releases the ball brilliantly. This is Terry Newton. And he is hauled down. Newton is 20 metres away from the line on the last tackle. It's with Tony Smith. Now Willie Peters. Here's Dennis Betts. That was off the legs of Martin. It will be play on. And Tommy Martin. Great tackle by Radlinski. And Martin did well to stay in the field of play. Frank Endicott not impressed with the kick.
Big call there from the referee, Russell Smith. Did the St Helens player actually play for that? But they've got an opportunity, got the overlap.
This is Iro, dumps the ball back to Sean Long. 4 mile. He's not given it, yes he has.
Yes he has. Well, even in this crowd, it's difficult to hear the officials whistle. But what an opportunity there. They had a 2-on-1. And they just slipped there at the point of impact. Steve Hall, who certainly played to the whistle, went on, but so difficult to hear anybody think, never mind hear the whistle or anyone nattering to it. That was a real let-off. Again, Wigan caught. They're using a sliding defence short, and they were slow to get back out.
Here is Robinson. Just a note, by the way, for you on the try scored by Sean Hoppy. It's the 4th try scored by a New Zealander in the grand final. There he is now in the tackle, number 15 there on Steve Renoff. The 4th try in grand final scored by a Kiwi. Blackmore, Henry Paul, Kevin Iro, the others. The only Englishman to score in a grand final, Jason Robinson, who is making his final bow here tonight for the Wigan Warriors. High from Perolini. Betts felt it.
Well, a silly moment to give away a penalty like that. The first impact looked across the shoulders, definitely finished up underneath the chin. But when you're in control of the game, okay, it's only 4 points lead.
It's Wigan's first penalty, though.
But it's so important to have a lead like that. It erodes the confidence of the opposition.
Neil Cowie, forwards driving it in for Wigan. 23 metres away from the line now. Joint all over the top of him. Newton gets it away to Willie Peters. And Peters loses the ball. It went backwards, though. It's going to be play on. This is Robinson. Robinson!
Oh, he's tripped him!
No,
was it accidental?
I think it was accidental. It was Perolini's foot that caught Robinson. He went down in a heap. He didn't appeal. The referee says play on. Farrell's on the charge! Farrell's on the charge! Oh, try Farrell! Andy Farrell gets Wigan level. And Unstoppable. A captain's knock at just the right time. 4-4 of the grand final.
Great play by the skipper. The build-up to it. But is there a problem with Robinson? Did he get injured when he got that trip? Great build-up by the Warriors. They've shown their mettle. You can see Robinson was struggling to play that football. Back on the inside. Simple combination. Loose forward with a standoff, Tony Smith. And again, it's Saints that paid the price for going too high. Wellington tried to take ball and all tackle. Far too strong is Mr. Farrell.
And the only man that stands ahead of Andrew Farrell on Wigan's all-time goals and point-scoring chart is the legendary Jim Sullivan. He's a huge personality with the Wigan Warriors. They're happy now. Scores a level, and Farrell here to give Wigan the lead. 180 goals this year for the Wigan skipper. Well, the kickers, Farrell and Long, are nervous, despite the fact that it's 4-4.
Look at the arc that Farrell comes back on the inside of Johnny Smith. But watch the circle in defence. They're slow to fill in, and they get caught. He's all the strength in the world. This is going to be a classic.
Well, he won't be happy with the kick. On a normal night, Andy Farrell would have gobbled that up for breakfast, if you have breakfast at night. And if you live the lifestyle of Steve-O, you probably do. Nearly a quarter of an hour gone. Penalty, Wigan.
Farrell wanted to calm things down. Loose forward, Paul Sculthorpe not happy about it, saying that Cowie was interfering with him just as much.
So chance here for Wigan. Again they come forward with Terry O'Connor. Turned 29 yesterday, Friday the 13th. Hope he's not superstitious, Terry. Nick Cassidy to his feet. Newton. Tony Smith will be playing for Hull next year.
Good defence there by the skipper, Joint. Trailed the standoff all the way as he ran across the arc. You can see that Saints are using a pretty tight, compact sliding defence too. Really shut down Robinson easy then.
Here's Farrell. Thought about turning the ball back inside to Cassidy. Gave it instead to Steve Renouf. And Renouf bounces off Yonkers first time. But the man who is a four-time grand final winner with the Brisbane Broncos eventually was brought to ground. A high kick out wide now from Willie Peters. Sullivan's under this. He claims it. And Radlinski claims him.
Beautiful play. Experienced Sullivan just took that with ease. Oh, they've lost the ball!
Yes, Saints have coughed up the possession. This is Neil Cowie. And now it's all on for St Helens to keep Wigan at bay. Cunningham comes in to drown Cowie to the ground. This is Willie Peters.
Great defence again.
Well, this
Joint
is
to the prop forward, Perolini. It's getting tough.
It's the sort of defence that won the grand final for them last year, but Wigan have got a ton of possession on the way here, and they've got a man on the overlap. It was Renouf, though, who took them on. And Renouf takes the tackle from Steve Hall. Wigan want this played out wide to the right-hand side, but Cassidy drives it in again towards the line.
Will they do the short side?
No, they're coming this way now. And it's with Willie Peters. Radlinski screaming for it out wide. Here is Farrell. Farrell flicks it back up right into the arms of the St Helens defender. I think that is Hoppy. And he could have scored.
Well, he must have been in two doubts. Two minds, should I say, whether to just lunge forward, take the opportunity. Could he have made it? He's a tall man, he's the loose forward, Andy Farrell.
Snaked out the left arm, he'd have scored, surely. Well, they're not letting us down. This is Hall. Angled run. Drilled to the ground by Newton. Cunningham dummy half. Haven't seen a run from the St Helens hooker yet.
There's obviously something wrong with him. Certainly not 100% fit.
I wonder if that's why Scott Barrow is on the bench.
Well, you're probably right, Eddie. But what a big blow that would be to... Oh, it's not gone.
No, he's got to run back.
This has turned out into a magnificent kick. The chase is good too. But look at the time. We're nearly 18 minutes into this game and we still get to witness a run from Dunehart from Kieran Cunningham. One of the big power players out there.
Oh, Dallas gets the penalty. Sean Hoppy had a second snap at him.
Well, they're losing their cool, and the Saints. A little bit of composure is needed. Made the tackle and then wouldn't allow the winger to get on with the job.
Third penalty in a row to the Wigan Warriors. It takes them to just about the halfway line. And here they come again now with O'Connor. Irish captain in the World Cup. And an honour well deserved. The ball has been lost. The signal from the touch judge was knock on, and O'Connor is furious. Now he's given the penalty away for back-chatting the touch judge.
Well, how on earth, what stupidity that is. I know it's in the heat of battle, but he's been around long enough to realise that irrespective of how much or what you say at an official, all he'll do is penalise. They'll always win.
Yes, they've got the whistle. But Terry O'Connor not impressed with that decision from the touch judge. And it is the responsibility of the ball carrier, remember, to make sure that you keep hold of the football. That's the way the officials interpret it. Martin's penalty finds touch. Cunningham to Perolini, back on the inside to Long. That is Joint. He almost ducked under the challenge from Peters. Radlinski was there anyway. Here now is Sean Hoppy.
Joint just a little bit flat. They were trying to do the switch to the blind side. Well spotted by the halfback Willie Peters.
Cunningham to O'Neill. O'Neill, it was a brave challenge first of all by Betts, and then Newton helped out. Newton looks a bit as though he's lost the wind out of his sails as Martin takes them on again. Tommy Martin, Super League's Player of the Year. Apollo Perolini, 10 metres from the line. It's with Long, and Long will bring it back this way. Thought about firing a long pass, took them on. First change by the Saints. Fearsome Freddie is on. Freddie Tuolangi. Sculthorpe, lovely dab. Joint! Oh!
He's lost it.
Well, the referee will have to go to the screen. Cunningham has touched down.
He certainly lost it, I'm afraid.
I think Joint got a hand to it. And if he has, it's a knock-on against Chris Joint. But Cunningham was pretty quick.
What a beautiful piece of play there by the loose forward. Paul Sculthorpe, off the outside of the boot. Wasn't a mistake. No try. No way in the world that even any video referee would give that. And I know a few bad ones. But look at this. He knew exactly what he was going to do. So did the skipper Joint. And that is where he just lost control.
Yeah, I think he got fingertips to it. They're just checking the onside, offside. This will tell us more.
Well, they're trying to find out how to restart the game. If it was offside, then it will be a penalty. But I think you'll find it'll be just a turnover.
They're just trying to find out, I think, how to restart the game, as you say.
Well, he definitely gets a hand to it. So, there it is. It's a knock-on. Little doubt in my mind. And I think it was just behind the kicker, Paul Sculthorpe. So this should be just the... Now, it came off a Wigan player as well, but did the ball hit the man?
There's a great sigh of relief from the Wigan supporters all round Old Trafford. They've just seen that knock-on from Chris Joint.
It deserved a try.
And that's a cheer from the St Helens supporters. They've just seen Cunningham touch down.
Well, they've just wasted their breath. N-O-T-R-Y.
No try. 20-metre restart. Frank Endicott probably believes that took an eternity, but they had to find out how to restart the grand final.
Well, it gave both sides the opportunity to just get their breath back. It really has been very fast indeed.
Midway through this first half, 4-4 at Old Trafford. Cassidy for Wigan. Come here, says Cunningham.
Well, the amazing thing about this match is that it could have been something like 20 points each. Great defence.
Super tackle by Tuolangi. Who else on Tony Smith? Here's Robinson. That's the last tackle. Good defence on show from St Helens. Newton. Peters. high kick. He hammered it past, or rather not a high kick, it was a sort of a low boomer from Peters that went past Wellens.
Oh, dodgy play. Sean Long's done well to get out of that, but he will certainly not be thanking his full-back for offloading such a dangerous area.
There's a ball again.
Big problem for Saints is can they get out of their own quarter and make sure they get a good kick away.
Tuilangi's the man who can make them some ground, maybe, but that's good defence from Renouf and Cassidy. Here is Iro. Kevin Iro's had a wonderful season against his old club Wigan this year, and of course his try won last year's grand final. Wigan now caught offside.
Good advantage played by the official, Russell Smith, and that's a beautiful kick into the corner.
Yes, St Helens will restart 20 metres away from the Wigan line. Cunningham to Tim Yonkers, and Yonkers almost between Cowie and O'Connor. Cunningham, Long, Martin, wide it goes to Iro. He slipped the net of one, couldn't get away from the next two though, and Tuilangi was hunting. He's in at dummy half. Tuilangi, tackled by Hodgson, finished off by Cowie and Newton. Cunningham, Long, back on the inside it goes, Perolini!
He's lost it. How many opportunities have gone begging? And the big fella could have been well on his way to a try here. He just lost it. A good job that Jason Robinson got his body underneath. See how we're spinning away. Well, it has been a game of missed chances so far. Both coaches know it.
Perolini and Robinson there will be teammates this time next week in the other code. Radlinski gets to his feet in the grand final and plays it to Dallas.
Oh, high one there.
Sculthorpe is called.
And he'll get a bit of a talking to here. I don't think he'll handle any more of this. Will Mr. Russell Smith. See the head go back. Doesn't look as bad in slow motion, but I can assure you in normal time, that's not only a bad tackle, awkward one too, but it is a painful one. Remember, Dallas, he was the man that broke his jaw midway through the season. That wouldn't have helped it.
Here's O'Connor now. Gets St Helens over that, gets Wigan rather over the halfway line against that St Helens defence. Struggles to his feet. Newton's the dummy half. Cassidy takes it on again. Tackled by Yonkers. Flying tackle by the youngster. Newton. Dennis Betts. Boy, will he relish playing in this. Missed the 1998 grand final because of injury. Wigan in centre field. Midway inside the St Helens half of the field with Smith, who just dropped the shoulder, and he nearly fooled that St Helens defence then. Yonkers and Long quickly came back to snuff the danger out. Here now is Willie Peters. Peters, back it goes. Good hands. Cowie, on to Newton. Wigan standing still. What can Tony Smith do? Looking to open up the St Helens defence. Sculthorpe got to him, but he still got the ball away to Newton. Newton will straighten it up. Bounces off to Tuilangi. Finished off by Long.
Keeping the ball alive, but good defence from Sains. It has to be.
Drop goal from Willie Peters. Charged down by Sean Long, and it's 6 to go. 6 tackles to go for Wigan, and it's with Robinson.
Oh, I thought Robinson hadn't seen the official. I thought he was going to kick there. Just trying to kick the opposition.
Long certainly went to charge it down. Here's Cassidy. Frank Endicott knows, and so does Ian Millwood, this could be a very crucial set of 6 as O'Connor charges it in again.
Great work from the big prop forward there. Got over the advantage line. Couldn't get a quick play the ball though.
Willie Peters, long ball to Farrell. Farrell's dropped it.
Knock on.
Yes, it's a knock on against Tuilangi.
Well spotted by the official there. It's a big hit from Tuilangi, but didn't use the shoulder, he used the arm. Farrell straight away quick to acknowledge to the referee that he'd certainly got to it.
Well, enormous pressure is going to be coming in here again on this St Helens defence. Can they withstand it? Willie Peters from the base of the scrum. Interception. Martin looks for support. It arrives eventually. They offload, and Wellens is enveloped by Brett Dallas.
Oh, superb play both sides. Defence equal to the task. But what a gamble it was from the standoff, Tommy Martin. It would have been try time if he hadn't got that.
Hoppy gets to his feet. St Helens in possession with Sculthorpe. And Sculthorpe has to take the tackle, first from Willie Peters, then from Dallas. Yonkers. That's the last. Now what has Sean Long got in the locker here? A kick surely. There it is. Wellens is after it. They're all after it out wide. It's a tester for Hodgson. Robinson's dropped it.
It went back.
It went forward first.
Oh, that's a big call.
It went forward first. Robinson sailed above them all and missed it. Look. There.
Well, cannot nullify it, the youngster, David Hodgson, but it's a big call. I say it's a big call because it's very similar to this, when they're passing the ball, is it a forward pass? Is it the momentum rule? He gets his body past the impact. Does it go back? It's very difficult.
Well, he finished up in front of the ball, but it doesn't matter. Martin has picked it up. Wellens.
Great defence from Rydlinski. That's the reason why Frank Endicott brought him from full back to the centre. Make sure his defence is
Joint will score. Saints. He'll go to the screen on this.
Let's have a little look at the grounding on that, please.
He wants to check the grounding, but Chris Joint, who scored that last gasp winner against Bradford, looks like he's come up trumps again.
What strength. What a year this man has had. You talk about leading by example. He doesn't say much. He doesn't have to. Hard to see there, but it looks okay. He looks to have lost it, but did he have downward pressure? Is this going to be another belly button job? Look at the strength in the second effort. You still can't see clearly there. He's losing it. This will show it, surely.
He's got it.
Yep.
He had
forearm, he had full control.
Well, hey, that's our view. And that's their view, the St Helens fans.
And it's my view.
Well, has Chris Joint got the 4 points? Here's the decision. He has! The captain, Chris Joint. Cliff Watson in 1970, Kel Coslet 1971, captains of the last back-to-back title-winning sides for St Helens. Is Chris Joint going to emulate them tonight?
Well, you could see that the slides in defence, they came out of the line quickly and forced him back on the inside. Trouble is, they failed to pick him up. Cassidy raised his arm, said, sorry, I missed him. But what strength. Well, I used to always say that a captain really needs to have plenty to say to his players, but this man just proves entirely the opposite. He just goes through his motions, gets on with the job, and boy, oh boy, what a job he does.
He really does. Sean Long with the conversion attempt. First successful kick from either Long or Farrell tonight. 10-4 at Old Trafford. 14 points in the first half of the 2000 Grand Final. Chris Joint, what a servant. And what a record in the last 5 matches for his team. Joint's try converted by Long. 14 points here. And that was Chris Joint's 97th try for St Helens, by the way. But 14 points in the opening half here at Old Trafford in 2000, equaling the 14 points scored in 2 Grand Finals so far. I think we can safely say we're in for some fun tonight.
Without doubt. And full credit to both sides. They are putting on one heck of a show. The ability of the offload and support has been outstanding. Some big hits, it's had everything. Oh, Cassidy was high.
And he was high on Sonny Nicol, just on for Apollo Perini. I hear that Bill Arthur has got some news on the touchline of Kieran Cunningham.
Eddie, it's got to be the best kept secret in this build-up to the Grand Final. Kieran Cunningham went into this game with a hamstring injury. Saints have kept it under wraps. He pulled a hamstring in training earlier in the week and has been touch and go, but they were determined to get him on the pitch because of his contribution to the team all around, but he's not contributing as they'd want at the moment. He's struggling.
Hamstring injury for Kieran Cunningham. Boy, oh boy, though, if they strike medals or Grand Final rings for courage. He needs one. He's not made a single run from dummy half, Steve-O, but his sheer physical presence out there is enough for Ian Millwood and the Saints.
Well, that's the reason why he's taking that gamble, and it is a huge one. The big question now is, when will Mr. Millwood say, all right, he's done his job, he's led by example, but he really needs someone to take control of the dummy half. At the moment, they've been interchanging with Sean Long and the loose forwards, Paul Sculthorpe, and it'll only get worse for the hooker Kieran Cunningham. It will tighten up as this game goes on.
Here is Farrell. And Farrell with Joint and Martin doing the tackling is dragged to the ground. Dennis Betts now dummy half. It's with Willie Peters. It's a midfield bomb from Peters. This is a tester for Wellens. He's claimed them like that all year. They're all offside. They were inside the 10. When the kick comes in, the attackers have to give the catcher 10 metres grace, and Terry Newton and company didn't do that.
Well,
they were inside the 10.
It's difficult for the official to get the sound of the whistle or the voice to them. He was shouting as hard as he could. We can hear the referee, of course, but the players can't. The noise out there is unbelievable.
No, not in this theatre of dreams, the cauldron of noise that it is on grand final night.
Well, you talk about Kieran Cunningham going into the game with an injury. Maybe there is one for Dennis Betts as well. He's only made 3 tackles in defence, and that is very unusual.
Here's Sonny Nicol for St Helens. Brady Malem is there. He's only just recently onto the field. Cunningham, first attempt from dummy half from Cunningham. What a run it is!
Who said it's going to tighten up?
You did.
You trying to tell him?
Oh, hello.
He's paid the price.
First run, and that could be the end of it. Drop goal from Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe gets the one-pointer. It was made for him by the run from Cunningham, but at what price?
Excellent thinking. He really did take it on. He must have been going through a huge pain barrier. He grimaced as he got up, but this man adds a vital 1 point extra. The last month, Paul Sculthorpe has been absolutely superb, and not surprisingly, Cunningham leaves the field of play.
But it's a blood bin, Steve-O. They pointed to a cut on his head, and Cunningham is off for a blood bin change.
No.
He's not coming off, he's going back on. Cunningham doesn't want to leave the scene.
Well, all they did was just wipe his ear. I didn't see any blood.
Oh, I tell you what, of such things heroes are made. Kieran Cunningham.
I think it might have been someone else's blood, and they just wiped it and realised that they couldn't get away with a blood bin.
And he's got blood on the top of his shoulder. Don't know where it's come from, don't know whose it is. But boy, oh boy, what a courageous effort here from Cunningham. A dummy half again, he's off once more. That's a lovely ball back to Sculthorpe. Well, Ian Millwood in our programme last night talked about Kieran Cunningham and said how important he is. And Frank Endicott admitted as much as well, that Cunningham, these punishing runs from dummy half, could be the difference between the two sides. Well, that's why he's out there.
Well, we thought it would be if he was fully fit. And if he can conjure up a victory, and it certainly looks pretty confident at the moment. When he's not fully fit, the man's a hero, that is for sure.
Kick downfield, Hodgson is tackled inside his own quarter. Here is Jason Robinson now. Remember, St Helens with 3 victories against Wigan this season. 1 victory for Wigan, the match that clinched them the leadership of Super League 5 at Knowsley Road, and it was 42-4, but Wigan turned it all round just a couple of weeks ago. This is it, all meetings since 1973, Saints 33 wins, Wigan 54. And on a neutral ground since 1973, this is, of course, a neutral ground. Wigan with overwhelming advantage and in possession here. Oh, big hit, and he's lost it, the youngster.
Did Long knock on? No, according to the official. Hodgson certainly did. It's a 0 tackle, but I was just about to say that they've really got to start coming into it. I mean, that was a great big hit there.
Long didn't get a finger to it, so that's why Saints are in possession without the need of a scrum. Here's Long, now Martin. They're never far away from each other, and Martin was almost through. Malem with the despairing tackle. It's with Chris Joint.
Well, surely the tactics now for the Saints will be to drive as near as they can, go for another one-pointer.
Well, it's 11-4. Sculthorpe, who fired the one-pointer. There's the tackle from Betts. That's the last, though. Cunningham's there. Here is Long. He'll hoist the kick out wide. Hodgson's under pressure. Hall's come up with it, but he lost it. And Renoff claimed it. But
well, unlucky there. He just couldn't get it, Steve Hall. He lost it.
Yeah, they've ordered the turnover because of the knock-on by Hall, even though Helens came up with the ball.
We knew the tactics would be they'd kick to the youngster David Hodgson. It was a huge gamble by Frank Endicott, and I suspect he may make changes at the half-time break.
He won't take this fella off. Might alter where he's playing, but Robinson in well, multicoloured boots. I was going to say they're white, but it looks like there's a red tongue there. Radlinski stabs the ball down the line, an invitation for Dallas. He's quick, and so is Wellens. Radlinski sliding in. St Helens unhappy with that.
Could have been a flop. 50-50.
Here's Sullivan.
Smith gave him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, a nice little massage from Mr. Sullivan. Just, oh no, he committed himself, to be fair, Radlinski. Now safety first, yet again from Saints. They're controlling the match at the moment.
They have 3.5 minutes to the half-time break. Long wide it goes to Tuilangi. He fancies it. That's good defence, though. Great defence from Farrell and Tony Smith. Long, wide to Iro. Iro then to Hoppy. He ducks under the challenge from Smith. Cassidy doesn't miss him. That's the last.
St Helens player down in the background. Can't see who it is.
It's Sean Long who is needing treatment. The kick downfield is straight into the arms of Jason Robinson. Robinson then gives it to Dallas. He goes on an arcing run. Yonkers meets him with the tackle. Dangerous times for St Helens this, with Wigan football in hand. Couple of minutes of the half remaining. Runs from dummy half, well, it's amazing. Cunningham's hardly made any, but they've made 22 and Wigan only 9. That's Willie Peters. Obviously, they're not a one-man band in terms of runs from dummy half, the Saints. This is Cassidy now.
Well, they realise that they've had to share it out. Take away that responsibility, but it's a fine effort, leading 11-4.
Farrell wide to Renoff.
Great stuff from Hall there.
He really did well against one of the best players in the world.
Stuck to him
now,
like a limpet mine.
This is the last tackle. It's a crossfield kick from Farrell. A tester here.
Oh, it's taken out, deliberately taken out. Touch judge. He's not moved by it. But the kick here, look at that. No doubt in my mind that Martin took the man out. Dallas without the football. That could have been a penalty.
As it is, St Helens will want to end the first half with ball in hand, but that's 3 tackles gone. And there's still 1 minute 40, that's 4 tackles gone. Great defence from Wigan. They are desperate for this ball back. Long, still, good ball, Iro.
Always lost it and recovered it.
All right, says the touch judge. That was a signal to Russell Smith, so he calls last tackle. Here is Sean Long, who will hoist it over the top. And Hodgson. So Wigan will have another chance. 6 more tackles from deep within their own half. Hodgson. Nickel leading the tackling. Robinson. Away he comes. Robinson! Just lost his footing at the vital moment.
Well, they certainly needed something magical there. And he's the man that can produce it.
Inside the last minute.
Wigan so often in the past masters at scoring with just seconds before the half-time break. This is a time now where Tony Smith or perhaps Andy Farrell can produce a little touch of magic.
They've got 2 tackles remaining, and there is Tony Smith. Smith is clattered to the ground by a desperate lunge from Joint, helped out by Sculthorpe. This is the last. What have Wigan got? There's Farrell. Farrell floats the ball out wide. Renoff, back it goes. Dumped down to Hodgson. Hodgson, still going Hodgson. The youngster, just short of the line.
What a great effort from Wellens.
So close for Frank Endicott, but what a tackle from young Paul Wellens. Two of the brightest young prospects in the British game there, David Hodgson and Paul Wellens, and Wellens came out on top.
Magnificent effort.
This is going to be the last tackle of the first half. It's on for Eddie Tuilangi. Frank Endicott makes his way down to talk to his men in the dressing rooms here at Old Trafford, with his team trailing by 7 points in the grand final of 2000. Hoppy with a try after 6 minutes, cancelled out by Farrell's try. Neither side could convert. Then Joint, goaled by Long, and Paul Sculthorpe with the drop goal, making it 11-4 at the half-time break. In a row, Wigan stream out of the tunnel. Andy Farrell and Frank Endicott have had their say. Endicott is the coach of the year. Can he knock the Saints off their perch? It's St Helens here at Old Trafford, the champions of the year 2000. They will be desperate to win this grand final against their arch rivals, the Wigan Warriors. Who's to win? It's his 7th Old Trafford final, and he got a try and 6 goals against Australia here in one of the finest games of his life in 1997. 40 minutes of the Tetley's Bitter Super League season to go, and the grand final of 2000 is poised absolutely finely. Farrell gets us underway. Here comes St Helens in the figure of Tim Yonkers. Betts gets the first tackle in of this second half. Away goes Wellens. Malam and O'Connor with the tackle there.
Certainly a lot more vigour in the defence there from Wigan. So it was obvious that the coach has really given them a kick up the backside and said, come on, we've got to work really hard.
Nicol driving the ball forward, keeping it going despite the attention of 2 tacklers. Cunningham to Tommy Martin. He clips it over the top, but straight down the throat of Jason Robinson. And Robinson playing full-back tonight, brings it back, but Cunningham bravely in there with the first tackle.
That was another back kick from Tommy Martin. He really hasn't got his side set tonight, and it could prove decisive late in the game. That's the 3rd time he's kicked right down the throat of Jason Robinson. And as this game progresses, players will get tired. Just an opportunity, and we all know what Robinson can do.
Yes, we do. O'Connor to Farrell. Gets away from Tommy Martin. Takes it on then towards Yonkers. Cunningham in again with Sculthorpe. Tony Smith. Mick Cassidy here. No way for him through. That was Sean Hoppy with the tackle. Newton is the dummy half. It goes back to Willie Peters, and a kick out wide. Here's a tester for Sullivan. Oh, he played there. And that was a dangerous tackle by Dallas.
Didn't like it at all, and rightly so. Had the hands in there. It was Tommy Martin that came straight into Brett Dallas. And Endicott looks a bit confused. Difficult to see whether Dallas did have the arm inside.
Well, that was the view of Russell Smith. He lifted him.
Yeah, he did. And spiral down, thankfully for Sullivan. He got the shoulder in to the ground first. And it was Tommy Martin, a little bit aggressive.
Terry O'Connor's going to leave the field. Billy McGinty taking him to show a cut, I think, from the on his head to the referee. So he goes off, and Tony Mestrov runs on to take his place from the blood bin. Well, as this match ticks away, Wigan will become more frantic, and St Helens will grow in confidence.
Just shows you the importance of Sculthorpe's one-pointer. It really was quick thinking.
Yes, even if Wigan score a converted try, they're still behind on the scoreboard. Chris Joint now, wrestled to the ground. If St Helens score first in this second half, that could be the key to victory for them. I think they know it too. Sculthorpe. Good tackling. Tracked by Farrell, helped out there by Tony Smith. Tuilangi. Pushes Smith off. Drives it straight at Cassidy. Keeps on going another 3-4 metres.
It's runs like that that really lift your confidence. lifts the side all on its own. Here's another kick from Martin.
It's a midfield bomb straight up in the air, this one. Oh, it's claimed by Radlinski. He's quick. That was a good tackle from Wellens.
Who he knew was out of position. Full back had taken the gamble. Robinson.
Here he is.
Got to keep an eye on him, but they can't just keep relying on Robinson to get them out of the mire.
Mestrov, flying tackle from Tuilangi. 4 minutes nearly of this second half gone. Farrell to Cassidy. Cunningham with the tackle. Oh, and Hoppy was a bit late. Newton at dummy half. Back to Peters on halfway. Here's Brady Malin. Brady Malin trying to spin in the tackle. Sculthorpe has him, so too does Joint. The referee calls that the tackle was completed with Malin standing up. It's the last. Wigan are running it with Farrell. He's lost it though, and Nicol has it back.
Well, they need the support. Came a little bit too late. One had already gone. Trying to offload in heavy traffic there, the skipper. Chance was there.
He was claiming, I think, that the St Helens hand got to it. Well, 3 tackles into this set of 6 from St Helens. Bill Arthur has got the half-time news.
There's no panic in the Wigan camp, Eddie. They know that this could go right down to the wire. Frank Endicott just wants the intensity increased from his side and the desire to win this game increased. I should imagine that's going to take it to an even higher notch because there's plenty of desire out there already. But at the same time, he wants better control from his side. 1 or 2 errors in that first half. He wants that cut out and he wants them to control the ruck area. Both these sides want to control the ruck area. Vital, the key to this game, because Saints coach Ian Millwood has given his team exactly the same message. So it's going to be very tight out there. The word on Kieran Cunningham finally is that they're going to persevere with him. They don't want to take him off yet, even though he is struggling.
Yes, we can see that. This possession from Wigan coming about because of a forward pass by St Helens. And Mestrov with a punishing run. This is a good field position for Wigan to try and exploit. Newton eventually gets it to Willie Peters. It goes wide then to Brady Malin. It nearly opened up for Brady Malin. And Joint got to him with Tommy Martin with the tackle, and they've conceded the penalty. St Helens have conceded the penalty.
Now they will take the 2. No, they've gone for the quick tap.
Yes, they fancy the chances. Here's Tony Smith. Flying tackle by Tuilangi.
I'm not so sure that was the best option. It was an easy kick. I would have taken the 2 points.
It's with Renoff. If the gamble pays off, there'll be no inquest. That's 2 tackles gone. And apparently they were screaming from the sideline for Wigan to go for the 2 points from the penalty. This is Mestrov. There could be a big inquest about this if it all comes to naught. That's 3 tackles gone. There's Newton trying to burrow his way over. The St Helens defence stands firm. The posts nearly fall over. They're waggling, but the St Helens defence stands firm. 4 tackles gone. Mestrov. Back it goes to Farrell. Bullet pass wide to Renoff. Renoff is hauled down. Long up top. And it was Hoppy round at the legs. This is the last. Chester to Farrell. Farrell with an angle kick. Looking for Dallas. Ooh! Dallas flew towards the ball. It was him that knocked it dead.
Wait, very close indeed. But getting close is insufficient when you have the opportunity of gaining a gift 2 points from that penalty. And I think that man there knows that they have bombed an opportunity. They really should have taken the 2, get 2 in the bag, and then a converted try would have given them victory.
Yes, it was a huge gamble for the players to take. They took it, and I'm afraid they came up empty. Wellens takes the tackle. Confirmation that Chester's on for Mick Cassidy as Joint carries the ball forward. Radlinski there and Betts. Cunningham is still out there. What a knock! What a run! What a run from Cunningham! He's looking for support! He's bounced away from another! What a brave run from Cunningham, halted only by Betts. St Helens flooding forward now. Martin to Long. Wide it goes to Sculthorpe. The defence is marshalled though. He's surrounded by 3. But what a run from Kieran Cunningham.
Well, the Wigan defence, they don't expect it. They know he's injured too.
Here's Sonny Nicol. Now Sean Long. Kick out wide. Oh, it could be a bit high, this. It is too high. He tried to do what he did to the Bradford Bulls with a kick out wide. But this time just got the sights slightly wrong. He was out of the field of play anyway.
Well, he might have been about 18 foot tall to get that one, but Again, the opportunities are coming this man's way. Fine season, man of steel, of course. Seems pretty cool to see him, Millwood.
And young Robbie alongside him, as he said he would be on our preview programme last night. The youngster who sometimes brings it in Millwood back to earth, he says. Robinson to scamper away. Anxious to make the headlines here tonight, Jason Robinson.
Well, Wigan have to now start building. They have to start using the platform and the forwards. I just get the impression that they've lost their way slightly, and it's just individual play from one or two out there. They've got to build, get their forwards, lay the platform.
Good long ball to Reynolds, and he's taken Hall out of it. Hodgson is there in support. Reynolds to the corner. Reynolds! Oh, inside it went to Tuilangi. It's a gift for St Helens.
Why on earth did he pass? I cannot believe it. He really should have taken the tackle here. But again, Sean Long came to the rescue. Tuilangi does the rest. Now then, was he pushed? Brett Dallas. Did Steve Hall just push him down? Frank Endicott perhaps thinks so.
St Helens escape. Martin to Iro. Here is Sullivan. Here is Sullivan. Taking on Robinson. Robinson stands firm. Good tackling. And Peters was there as well. Remember the try that Sullivan scored at the JJB Stadium 2 weeks ago, right on half-time, that turned the match the Saints' way. Stankovic is on. There he is, number 26 for St Helens.
That's a great move by the coach. He'll certainly rough it up out there, will John Stankovic.
Long! Long's making a break. Joint will score for Saints. Chris Joint, second try of the grand final, created by Long with the break. Chris Joint gets first blood, second half for the champions. And are they on a roll all the way through to the championship again? 2 tries from the captain.
2 bad decisions by Wigan. The first to take the tap instead of the 2 points. The second one was to send Steve Renew to pass the ball on the inside rather than taking the tackle. And once again, Sean Long is the provider. And the captain, Chris Joint. How many vital tries has Chris Joint created this year? The handoff from the man of steel. He's not rusty, this guy, either. Mr. Joint. Oh, it has set the stadium alight.
Well, it has if you're a St Helens supporter. They are singing and dancing around the Theatre of Dreams. He won the Man of the Match award against Wigan here in 1993 in the Premiership final. And Frank Endicott knows he's got major problems now. Long's in front of the sticks. The man of steel to add 2 extra points. He's not in any hurry. Why should he be? 2 more points for the Saints. A decisive blow, maybe, in the grand final of 2000.
I'll mention it again, but Wigan and their coach Frank Endicott will mention the fact that we got the message from the sideline that they wanted to take the 2 points, and they've paid the price yet again. But you cannot take it away from this man. Joint in the combination with Sean Long. It was a wonderful effort by the little halfback. He handed off the would-be tackler. What an effort by the Saints side. They've got everything right. They've taken the huge gamble. Before the game, we thought they may take a gamble with a 50% fit Newlove. They decided against that, but they certainly took the big one with Kieran Cunningham.
Perolini's dropped it, though. The pass from Cunningham wasn't the best. It's play on. But the referee will bring it back because it's no advantage to Wigan. Robinson collected that 20 metres from where this knock-on came in from Perolini.
Well, there are certain points in any game where things can just turn around. Cunningham just gives him a tap on the head, says don't worry about it, our defence has been solid, and it has.
And it has to be again now. Here's Robinson. They've shot up in the first line of defence. Wellens leading the way with Chris Joint. Robinson gets to his feet. Peters then gets it away. And that is Lee Gilmore on the field for Wigan. They're 20 metres away. Wigan must score next. Nayland, no way through.
Well, Wigan realised that even though there's plenty of time to go, if Saints another score. I think it's curtains for them.
Well, Farrell's trying all he knows. And Renoff is hauled down. Shoot defence again. Long Holly Wellens. Chris Chester's the dummy. Here now is Terry Newton. He misses. Finds. It goes to Radlinski. Radlinski has got Iro on his back. Goes down in the last. It's Newton again. Stabbing the ball through, looking for Tony Smith. Dewey Lange was brave. The flying.
Oh, he's lost the play. Mestro has lost. Well, as they should be applying the pressure, Mestro. A bit of a dig with a right hook. Knows it. Not a bad option from Newton to tackle. It was not first. You could see there that Tony Smith had gone over the top. Completed. Now tackle the blow up with your knees. And he's allowed to do that. It was. And he got a little bit of a push, but he hit.
Wigan rather.
Well, it's going to take something extraordinary from the Warriors now.
Well, don't write them off. If anyone can, this lot can. And with Coach of the Year Frank Endicott plotting from the side, who knows? And they're claiming here that Mestrov got him again. I've got another one in here, this time on Steve Hall.
And the big question is
no, it was a flat of the hand.
Flat of the hand went for the ball, that's all right. But they are beginning to lose it, Wigan. And it's going to take something very special indeed. Well, this is where the quality of the skipper, Andy Farrell, has to come to the fore.
I was going to say, if you look down the list, Wigan have got the special players who can turn the match around. But they have 13 points to make up, and it's all coming up for the Saints at the moment. Here's Hoppy. He's taken on Hodgson. He won't get past Renoff.
Bit of battle royal there, hasn't it?
Best defence in the business, Wigan. Oh, big hit. Oh, by Mestrov. Onto Ilangi, and Long was there to clear up. That's great chasing by Lee Gilmore. Here's Stankovic. Wigan are flying in. And what defence. That's the turnover on the last. Not enough here for Wigan now. Nayland. Bounced off. Parolin can't get away from Cunningham. Wrestles side joint. Wigan are it's with it. Now it's with Andy Farrell. Here comes Chris Chester. Kieran Cunningham has missed him. He stands and gets it away to Robinson. Robinson gets away from Tuilangi, straightens it up, underneath one. Robinson still.
What an effort.
They are a metre and a half short. Chester. Oh, Martin's gone for the interception. And Martin's come up with the interception.
Well, I'm not so sure that Martin's even that fast. He took the gamble. Surely he must have been in the position of offside. The officials allowed it to go on. They are taking gamble after gamble in their defence of the Saints, but it's coming off. That's the second intercept that Tommy Martin's gone for it.
They've gone backwards, though, on that second tackle. This is ferocious defence now from Wigan. They are desperate for the ball.
They're down to 12. Someone's badly injured.
It's Renoff who's flat out. This, meanwhile, is Iro.
Look at that. There's nobody that fast.
Tommy Martin was a mile offside. St Helens aren't worrying about that. They might be worrying about a couple of the challenges there on Hoppy.
They're calling for the stretcher for Renoff.
Oh, that's tragic. Long with the kick. Drills it along the ground. Robinson will pick it up. And they need to get medical assistance on for Steve Renoff.
Well, look at that. Tommy Martin. Well, he may as well have just changed the colour of his shirt and joined the Wigan ranks.
And wisely, the referee, Russell Smith, holds the play up while the stretcher comes on. But fortunately, Steve Renoff is back on his feet. And so the referee now should call time back on again.
Well, maybe on his feet, but I'm not so sure that the Australian knows where he is.
Well, the signal from the medical staff was that he was flat out and gone. We're letting Renoff get back into position behind the ball. We're going to in possession here with Hodgson. Clock restarts. That's Terry Newton at dummy half, and this is Mestrov. But St Helens are swarming all over them in the tackle.
I'm sure that Ian Millwood, the Saints coach, would have real solid message out there. We must make sure we play our full sets of 6. The kick and chase is important. We are in control of this game. It is Wigan that have to play the catch-up football.
And they might do here with Chester. Chester's got Hodgson. Hodgson's away from joint. And Hodgson's going to go in and score. David Hodgson, 19 years of age. He won the Alliance Grand Final last week against the Saints. And he's thrown his team one huge lifeline here at Old Trafford tonight in the big one. David Hodgson, 19 years of age. Wigan with hope.
Wonderful play back on the inside. They were stood still there. He threw the dummy, and for once it was Sean Long that went high. Back on the inside. Superb positional play there by the winger Hodgson. But a great bit of work there from Chester. He took it, stood still, threw the dummy. You can see Hoppy took it, not only took it, he nearly went through the shop window. What an effort.
Farrell with an important kick, and he's kicked it. This one isn't over yet. 17-10, Hodgson with the try. And they will be roaring that one in at Halifax Blue Sox. It was the ex-Halifax 1-2, Chester to Hodgson. And David Hodgson has given Wigan hope. Steve-O, the fat lady had better go home. She isn't going to sing just yet.
Well, he's hoping so anyway. And remember, I've said it's amazing how things can just twist around. Remember, it was Perolini that coughed up the football when all they had to do was just settle things down, play safety first. Now, this is when the nerves start to hit.
Knock on, was it? No, it's a penalty.
Interfering at the play of the ball. And that was another thing I'm sure that their coach Millwall would not have wanted, is to give away silly penalties. Positional play will be vital. It's all right hanging on to a 7-point lead, but you've got to make sure that you keep them well down in their own half, if you can, in their own quarter.
The pendulum has just swung a touch in Wigan's favour.
And as you said, Eddie, you write them out at your peril.
Here's Mestrov. Stankovic holds it down. The coach is anxious. Frank a little more animated than Ian Millwood. Peters. Well, Joint has scored 2 tries, but he's doing the tackling now. And here's Chester again. Gilmore, rather. My apologies. Lee Gilmore. Newton. Peters. Tony Smith. They've got men on the overlap out wide. Farrell! Farrell, back it goes. Tony Smith! Oh, Wigan are back! Wigan are back in the shout. Tony Smith. He's going to Hull at the end of this. Saints wish he'd gone now. Wigan clawing their way back into the grand final. A match that looked to have gone. But Tony Smith's try, created by Farrell's run. And the Warriors are in the hunt.
Well, this is about the first time that Wigan really have got their link working. It's been far too much one-out football back on the inside. And it was a wonderful dummy yet again. And the standoff, Tony Smith hasn't played much this season. But Frank Endicott gave him his opportunity last week. Again, the dummy has produced the break. Farrell to Smith. No one's leaving this joint. No one.
Tony Smith with the try. Andy Farrell with the conversion. The scores are back to within a point. Wigan have grabbed 2 tries in 3 minutes. It's 17-16 at Old Trafford. Don't leave this. Don't leave this for a minute.
Who would have thought it? They just do not know how to give in. Now, what is going through the mind of that man?
Well, he knows surely that Wigan's Frank Endicott has got his team on a roll.
But does he feel that perhaps all that effort, it was a great defensive effort in the first half from Saints, has it taken its toll? When does he change Cunningham? Can he afford to leave him out there? Things that must be going through Mr. Millwood's mind at the moment, must be tormenting him.
The balance of power has switched in Wigan's direction. Remember, at one stage it was 17-4 and Wigan looked dead and gone for all money. Now they're back in again and the gap is 1 point. The 1 point from Sculthorpe separates the sides.
Well, we spoke about the importance of a captain's knock. First it was joint, then we see it's Farrell. And it's a desperate moment now for Saints. They're struggling to get back on that one line of defence.
Yes, Wigan have got the wind in their sails. Gilmore again taking it to them. That's the last though. Back it go, and he wasn't expecting that. Tony Smith just drifts a little kick over the top. Hall will have to run this out.
Not a bad kick either.
Oh, not a bad chase. Smith with the kick, Smith with the chase. Saints trapped near their own line. Wellens.
Well, Smith doesn't want to leave the club as a loser. Tension on the face there to Frank Endicott.
Well, there's big money at stake. According to the papers today, Wigan are on £18,000 a man to win this Super League title. Don't know how much St Helens are on, however much it is. The players of both sides deserve every last penny. What a match they're producing. All you would expect of a grand final and a lot more. 17-16.
Don't worry, Eddie, they won't be thinking about the pounds, shillings and pence out there. They're on about that gold ring. Oh, it went backwards.
Hodgson got the nod from referee Russell Smith.
Crowd don't like it, the Saints fans, that is. It did go backwards. Lucky enough to get away with it. He knows, everybody knows at this ground that the youngster David Hodgson would be peppered, and they've done that. But remember, it was a youngster that got Wigan back into this game.
Well, Frank Endicott said that he would not let them down, and he hasn't. Final time that we open the lines up for the man of the match on Super League this year. 09009 10 10 13. 2 tickets to England, Australia at Twickenham in 2 weeks' time. Renouf. Still to Robinson. Robinson jinking and twisting, but eventually having to take the tackle from Cunningham again.
Well, I will be thinking about getting down that field and getting that 1 point. Make sure that it is a draw.
That's a great kick from Willie Peters over the top. Wellens collects near his own line. Smith's leading the charge.
No doubt about it, the wind is in the sails now, the Warriors.
Yes, the spinnaker's up, there's no doubt about that. Look at this defence, they're swarming round the Saints.
It's all hands on deck. This will go right down to the wire, that is for sure.
Sculthorpe, Tommy Martin. Here's Chris Joynt. Joynt again!
22 against 23 missed tackles. Just shows you what sort of game it's been played. Fast and furious. Quick play the balls, big hits. They have not let us down, that's for sure. There's got to be plenty of twists and turns left in this match.
Long with the kick down the line, and Hodgson collects on the bounce. He's got Robinson on his inside. Fancies it himself. Takes the tackle from Perolini. Robinson. Cowie. Ooh! Tuilangi launched himself.
Steady, Mr. Cowie. Silly to give a penalty away at that point, and he nearly could have been penalised. He went looking for Tuilangi.
Newton. Robinson.
He's had a big match, hasn't he? It was a big gamble by Endicott, put him at full back, but it seems to be paying off now. Well,
it might in the next 14 minutes. Farrell skips away from Tuilangi, can't get away from the next two. That's the last. That's the last. They're 40 metres away. It's too far, surely, for a drop goal attempt. Willie Peters, maybe. No, high kick to Tess Sullivan again. Safe and sound.
They put him under a lot of pressure, but he's come up with the goods every time they're forced towards him.
This is Iro.
Composure both sides, not to give a penalty away, Wigan. He knows it too. St Helens, they've got to slow, he's lost it.
No, it's a penalty, I think. I'm not sure what that signal is from Russell Smith. Yeah, penalty it is.
He lost it in the mid fella. And there's the hero of the hour last year, Iro.
He might yet be tonight. Been fairly quiet. Oh, he did well then, Stankovic. Out the back door from Cunningham. He is Hoppy.
Well, again, I'm not so sure that that's the tactics that St. Helens should be adopting. It may be a slender lead, but it is the lead. 1 point, maybe.
Long. Newton got to him.
They've kept him quiet this second half, apart from the break that he made that created the try for Joint.
Martin and Whiten, Joint, here is Sullivan. Bit of open space for Sullivan. Was quickly closed down on, he's rolled him into touch. Great defence. Lee
penalty.
Oh.
Well, he's going through a nightmare. Obviously the referee said that he's finished the tackle, but I'm not so sure. He looks to be moving here.
But he never stopped.
It's a difficult one there.
The ball carrying on did hit the deck. Well, St. Helens won't be arguing about that. This is Cunningham. And he's found Iro! They've got the support!
Oh, he's dropped it!
It went backwards. Play on.
Iro's pass on the inside. That could have sealed it.
Saints still not done. Tommy Martin. Stankovic! Big hits again in defence by Wigan.
What a great tackle from Bruno.
Long. Martin. Wide to Tuilangi! Tuilangi gets it! Tuilangi gets the try. Referee hasn't given it.
Look at the tackles there, please. Was he knock-on off Chris Joint?
He's looking for the knock-on.
When the inside pass came,
2 tackles before. Was there a knock-on by Chris Joint? Tuilangi thinks he scored. The try hasn't been given yet. Oh, who'd be a video referee tonight?
Well, I think the man in question is Chris Joint. And I think it went back. There's a big fella making the half break. Now then, did that go back? I think it did.
Well, it's the perfect momentum rule, isn't it?
Well, they pulled it back for when Robinson lost it. I think that is definitely backwards. I think this try will be given.
Oh dear. St. Helens fans, hold on to your hats. Steve-O thinks it's a try.
Skimmed off and he went backwards.
It's not travelled forward.
TRY time for mine, but it was also a big gamble there by the youngster David Hodgson. This is the incident that the video referee wants to have a look at. Never had any chance to control it. Different angle. Oh, that went backwards. That is quite clear.
Well, remember, he cannot worry about forward-backwards pass. It's whether it's a knock-on. That's what we're looking for.
It's a knock-back for mine. He's not convinced, though.
He's studying. Well, you've got to. You have got to study this. Every frame, every second has got to be analysed by tonight's video referee.
Well, we had one last year.
I know.
That changed the game. Could it happen yet again?
It was Leon Price, wasn't it, who suffered that night? The St. Helens supporters, if the video referee can hear them, they're singing it's a try.
And I have to agree with them.
Well, we talk about big calls. There is none bigger than this. Tuilangi waits. St. Helens, for them it's a TRY. Tuilangi waits still, as we all do. The biggest call of the year. Ian Millwood can't watch. Watch the decision of the video referee.
I bet he's watching now.
Oh, he's breathing a sigh of relief. And so are the Saints supporters. The try is given. Tuilangi, who says farewell. Could it be that Tuilangi is the hero of the hour?
You see they get the ball out wide. Now watch for Hodgson. He went for the dive of the football. They had the two-man overlap. If you're going to take a gamble, you've got to make sure you touch this football. Hodgson definitely went to try to knock it on. I'm sure he couldn't have got to it. This guy did.
Ferretti Tuilangi will team up with Leicester next week. The man of steel now has the kick of his season. It's got a chance. It's got 2 points. The man of steel could have struck gold for St. Helens. A former Wigan Wigan star. Has he just booted the Saints to the title? 23-16. Well, Ferretti Tuilangi has got a different hairstyle on show today, but that could be the match winner. They've gone for the short kick-off. Wellens has come up with it for St Helens. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes of nail-biting tension at Old Trafford, and Frank Endicott knows his lead that he has to make up is 7 again. Here is Long. Still Sean Long. Radlinski and Peters got to him. Fourth tackle. Surely St Helens will just drive it in again and then kick for touch. Mind you, that isn't in the script for Saints.
They may even opt for the 1 point as well.
He's not gone for touch, he's hoisted the midfielder. Looking for Tuilangi again. It's bounced back. Hodgson's claimed it this time.
Again, the youngster put under pressure. Tuilangi missed it on that occasion. Got to it in the end. They've got the tails up now, the Saints.
Well, it's an amazing grand final. It has swung one way and then the other. Look at that, St Helens 44 runs from dummy half, and Kieran Cunningham has got a ripped hamstring, but he's still out there. Peters, wide it goes, Radlinski. Come here, says Kevin Iro.
Well, he's done his job, Radlinski, in the defensive moments, but it really had few opportunities.
Just 2 runs from dummy half tonight for Kieran Cunningham. But normally in an average match 9, but hey, this isn't anything like an average match.
No, they've shared the responsibility. It's obvious that they've been working hard on it in the fortnight building up to this wonderful evening. It has been a superb match. Both sides have played their part.
8 minutes to go. 7 points the difference. Sculthorpe almost through. Here's Cunningham. It's wide to Iro. 50-50 in this second half. 23-16 points galore compared to the last 2 years. But a thrilling contest.
And what a game the skipper's had there, playing the football, Chris Joynt. He's done his work in defence, and he's always been there on the support play. That's a good kick. Look at the chase.
Yes, they've arrived. Oh, Tuilangi slipped. Hodgson saw it and went for it. And Stankovic got in with the tackle. Only got a belt as well in the face for his pains. Now Renoff.
Well, I think young David Hodgson has touched this football more than any other Wigan man out there.
Newton to O'Connor. That's a good run from the prop forward. Come on, Terry, he says. Farrell back on the inside to Smith. This isn't finished yet. Oh, little fiddle by Willie Peters. Back it goes to Gilmore. Joynt again with a very important tackle. He helped out Sculthorpe. It's on the last, and Newton's driving it at the defence. It goes wide and on the bounce to Renoff. The St Helens defence is there. Renoff, though, gets the ball away to Farrell, and under pressure from Hoppy, he hoists a cracker. Martin's there.
Great work. So composed with the standoff, Tommy Martin. No, I'm not happy. A stray boot just
Neil Cowie stood on him. Good defence from Wigan now. It has to be. That's 3 tackles gone. Saints need to get out of trouble. Don't forget that number. Last time this season, 09009 1010 13. Who's your man of the match? Get yourself to Twickenham in a fortnight for more of the same. This time, though, it'll be the World Cup. Tonight, it's the Super League. And Saints are the reigning champions. And Saints, at the moment, are hanging on to that trophy. But if anyone can snap back in the last 5 minutes, it's the men from Wigan.
And the way they've played tonight, they fully deserve to hang on to that trophy too. Been a wonderful effort. It's been well documented throughout this game that Kieran Cunningham playing with that hamstring injury, and what a match he's had.
There he is again, helping out Stankovic with the tackle. This time on Jason Robinson. Willie Peters, the dummy half. Andy Farrell Danger every time Farrell gets it.
Well, I get the impression that they must have tried to take Kieran Cunningham off a couple of times, and he said, "You'll need a crowbar."
Well, he came off once and just had blood rushed from his ear and went straight back on. It's the last tackle, and that is Tony Smith, who is hurt. Referee's called time off. Now time back on again because the ball's back in play. Here's Farrell. It's wide to Renoff. Renoff trying to come inside Long, who's missed him. That's going to be 6 to go. That's going to be 6 to go, and it is. Hodgson takes the tackle from Tuilangi.
As you say, it's not on again. It's not over yet, should I say. Certainly touched by Hussein's hand there.
O'Connor.
Can we have a wonderful end to this game?
I think we might. I think we might. Peters, wide it goes. Gilmore. Tommy Martin grabbed at him and missed. Got him second time. Gilmore plays the ball to Peters. Here now. Come Wigan again in the shape of Radlinski, pointing where he wants them to go. Robinson obliges. Robinson then onto Chester. Oh, it's going to be another 6. Another 6. That was off the arm of Tuilangi. Radlinski's had 6 more tackles. He's flicked it back to Gilmore.
It was a try-saver, though, from Tuilangi. It was Wigan who had the overlap. Tuilangi took the odds. OK, it's gone back to 6, but then lost vital metres forward.
They're making game forward now with Cassidy. Hodgson had to claim it on his knees. Hodgson, still Hodgson. Eventually, he falls to the ground. 3.5 minutes to go, and it's now with Farrell. And Farrell turns and fires the pass out wide. Idle went for the intercept. Radlinski has slipped the net. This is Dallas. Dallas is hauled to the ground by Sullivan. Great tackle.
Tremendous tackle by Sullivan.
Now then, Peters, Farrell, they're lined up out wide on the left. Cassidy, Cassidy! Maybe he should have released. Wants to get up and play the ball. We've got 3 minutes to go. They're going for glory. He's got that ball down, has he?
I don't think so.
He's held it up. He's held it up. Has Renoff scored the try?
Possibility, but it may have been short and may have tried to double move. Possibility, may have lost the ball.
He's going pretty close. I don't think he's got control. In fact, it's Tuilangi, I think, that's forced the ball dead. This could very well be a dropout from underneath the sticks. Renouf goes close and is having a go for it. Now watch the hand of Tuilangi, and it's Tuilangi that forces it on the line.
Well, there's 2 men in attendance. What does that mean?
Penalty try? I give up. My voice certainly is getting close to it.
They nearly slipped again.
They did.
Well, it's touched that by Tuilangi. And there is Sean Long underneath.
Well, how many points to get for Patacake? Because that's what it was. Well, the video referee must be pulling his hair out.
If he's got any hair left after this.
It'll be silver or grey. Not that you'd know.
Big call again. Steve Renoff waits. What is this decision? No try then, but scrum attack.
Well,
he was tackled over the line, yeah. So Wigan with a chance, but the clock is ticking down. Less than 3 minutes to go. They must score in this, well, very early in this set of 6, and then hope. And Wigan anxious to get on with it. There's Peters. Here's Farrell. Now Robinson.
Oh, great tackle.
Wellens again. Renoff denied by the video referee. 10 metres away, denied by 3 St Helens defenders. It's ticking away for Wigan. The time. That's 3 tackles gone. If St Helens can survive this, I think they'll be popping the corks as champions again. But here's Smith.
What a great tackle. That went backwards. It'll be play on.
That'll be 6 to go.
6.
Hodgson has it.
Tuilangi again got a hand to it.
Yes.
They still haven't finished at the Warriors.
6 to go. Cassidy. Cassidy taking on Stankovic and Long and Yonkers. But they're inside now, the final 2 minutes. Here is Farrell. Wide it goes. Looping pass to Renoff. Renoff for the corner. stabbed the ball forward, boots are flying, Saints have picked it up, and Saints could easily now pick up the title. I think Frank Endicott knows it too. He is starting to celebrate, Ian Millwood. 1.5 minutes.
Up the jumper time here, the last opportunity. All of a sudden, Sculthorpe has got an injury. And then all of a sudden, the injury will disappear. Ooh, big hit. Sean Long felt that. He just shook his head. But he'll be the one wearing the golden ring.
He will, the way this is shaping. Here's Iro. 4 tackles gone, but Wigan are going to have another set of 6. But the 7-point gap means it's surely far too late.
Now that it's important that St Helens make sure.
I think there is a penalty here for St Helens, which will be music to the ears.
It's
of
all
the Milton
over.
Road Club. It is.
All over.
It is now.
They'll take the quick tap.
Wellens will take it up again. Gilmore got to him. There's 30 seconds remaining. And St Helens are on their way to the title, courtesy of this fellow. Chris Joint's 2 tries. The captain has been truly magnificent. And so has this fella. It's on. The celebrations are underway off the field. They've got 20 seconds before the celebrations start on it. And Stankovic! Sullivan's there! They're going to finish with a try! Yonkers gets the try! St Helens are the champions! Cue the celebrations! Get the champagne off ice! Saints have won it! Saints have won back-to-back titles for the first time in 30 years! And what's more, they've beaten Wigan 4 times in a season for the first time in 30 years. This is a wonderful night for St Helens. They are the champions. Yonkers with the last try of the match.
And fully deserved too. The game plan was superb. They took that huge gamble, knowing that their influential hooker Kieran Cunningham was injured. He has not run from dummy half as often as they would have needed, but they have shared the work in that department. Their defence laid the platform, and the individual skills mixed with team spirit has sent these fans home a very, very happy indeed. Fully deserved.
Just listen to this. That is the first try from Tim Yonkers in 18 months. That's the kick from Long. That's the match for St Helens. They are the champions again. Is that lucky header on the lapel of Ian Millwood? Tim Yonkers with the final try. The coach of the year, Frank Endicott, outfoxed at the last. Man of steel, Sean Long. They have won the title in truly magnificent fashion. Just for the record, 29 points to 16. That's the final score, and there is the winner of the Harry Sunderland Award as the man of the match, and there will be few who will dispute that. Chris Joint has been magnificent tonight, ably assisted by Kieran Cunningham. A match played in fantastic spirit, Steve-O, but 4 times this year Saints have had the engine sign over Wigan.
But not better than tonight. Chris Joint, man of the match, rightly so, has had a wonderful year. But if they're striking medals for courage, you'd have to also look at the hooker Kieran Cunningham, the despair.
Wigan are desolate. Wigan are desolate. Oh, the tears will flow.
But they can't feel disgrace. It looked as though they were down and out midway through the second half. They came back with 2 magnificent tries in the space of 3 minutes.
What a moment that is. Jason Robinson says farewell to Super League and Rugby League. Absolutely. That's gut-wrenching stuff.
Well, we've often said for 100 years that the 2 codes should be united.
And Perolini and Robinson, they will be teammates at Sale next year on opposite sides of the fence tonight. Sean Long is going to dance the night away.
What a week for this fella. The tactics were quite superb. Wigan have no complaints, but they can feel proud of what they've wanted to do.
What a week, as you say, it's been for St Helens. Martin and Long, winners of the Player of the Year awards. But Chris Joynes is the man of the match. A man of few words, but I bet he's going to say a few now to Bill.
I think he might be a man of a few more words tonight, because, Chris, you've got the Man of the Match award, congratulations. Harry Sunderland award winner as well, and the small matter of the grand final winners. What about that?
Superb, and it's a great end to a top season. I'm made up for the supporters of St Helens. I owe it to the boys. I've got a privileged job captaining a team like this. Can speak on emotions all day, but I'm one made-up bloke, I'll tell you.
A bit of a nerve-wracking mid-period in that game when they came back.
Yeah, Wigan are a class side, and we have the utmost respect for them as a side. They've got some great stars, but on the day with St Helens, we've worked so hard for this season. We had a taste of this last year, and we want more, and we've come back, and I'll tell you what, we're going to enjoy the party.
I think your supporters are going to enjoy it as well, Chris.
Yeah, listen to them, they're an absolute credit to us, and just hope that a few more get season tickets next year and follow a quality side.
Thanks, Chris. Congratulations.
They are a quality side, and he is a quality player. Twice winner now of the Harry Sunderland Award, and he follows men like Alan Tate and Andy Farrell into the record books with that. And coach and captain embrace. And they have done a brilliant job. Now then, it's salt and pepper for St Helens. Long and Martin, they're with Angela Powers.
Tommy Martin, what a dream season, what a dream end.
I couldn't do anything like this night. I love him to bits. Just saying then, we feel like we're blind, we're all saying we love each other and everything. I love you, Tommy, don't leave me. How good's this?
What kind of a season has it been for you two?
Like I said, we couldn't have done it without each other. And, it doesn't bear thinking about it, but I'll tell you something, I'll remember this for the rest of my life.
I suppose they echoed that sentiment there.
This is what it's all about. We came here last year. Hey, I'm on the speaker, you better believe it. Came here last year, we did it for the fans, and we come here, we've done it again, and it's absolutely a superb feeling. And I want to do it again next year. Crazy Boomaye!
Oh, it's going to be a big night, I think. And what a story, Tommy Martin. What a story. The start of the season, he wasn't in the side, and according to some, he was on the scrap heap.
Well, he's certainly shown them, hasn't he? The player. And yes, St Bernard says, I did get it wrong. It's not the first time, and I don't care. These people will celebrate. This is why it's so important. The fans, the farewell to Tuilangi.
And there is youngsters, Freddie Tuilangi and the family. And talking of a family man who has built a family club, because it was in some state of turmoil when this fella moved in. But Ian Millwood has done a magnificent job. He looks very emotional. And let's have a word with him now.
Ian, what an amazing night for yourself and for the club.
This is just something special, It's what dreams are all about. Great teams win back-to-back. And great teams have to have good defence, and we've shown that tonight we can defend.
Did you think you'd find yourself in this position at the start of the year?
I don't know, just saying to Polly, I know he believes in religion. I'm starting to believe, this is just made, something was up there, it was made to happen for me, what I mean? It's just been sensational, just part of something really special.
Did that game go according to plan? I mean, you played Kieran and apparently he wasn't fully fit. Was that a bit of a gamble?
Mate, he hasn't trained for 2 weeks, mate. He broke down on Thursday. I didn't think he'd play today, to be honest. We try to keep that on the wraps. He's just a special guy, Have a look at the way we defended today. It's unbelievable.
Exactly. I mean, when the pressure was on, the defence was there, just as it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We lost the words.
We go all right, don't worry. Thanks for that, guys.
Well, it's a family occasion. Of that there is no doubt. And Ian Millwood, if he wants it, can have the freedom of the borough of St Helens tonight. What a story. Young Robbie alongside him, as he has been for much of this season. An absolutely wonderful night.
Well, we mentioned there, and we just heard from the coach saying that the defence was superb, and it certainly was. Chris Joynes, man of the match, 42 tackles. Tim Yonkers, his second row partner 34. Says it all.
It does. Well, they have laid the Wigan bogey all right in 2000. 4 victories over Wigan for the first time in 30 years. Sean Long, he couldn't party much on Wednesday when he won the Man of Steel. He had to be disciplined, bearing in mind what was up for grabs tonight. Boy, oh boy, he will be partying long into the night.
Well,
just like his name.
Well, it was so emotional on Wednesday night, he actually left the stage, left the trophy, and left the cheque for $5,000. He will not be leaving this ground or this stage without that magnificent trophy.
Yes, the Saints are the Tetley's Bidder Super League champions again. And it's about time, I think, that St Helens got their just reward. So let us now hand proceedings over to centre stage. And Chris Warren is there of Sky Sports.
Boys and girls, what a fabulous evening it has been here at Old Trafford. And what a season it has been in this year's Tetley's Bidder Super League. To all clubs that have been involved, thank you for your support. And what a season it's been. 28 magnificent rounds, a thrilling playoff series, and this tremendous match of rugby league to cap it all off and crown our new Tetley's Bidder Super League champions to St Helens. They are the reigning Super League champions, and once again they have done the lap of honour here at Old Trafford. The most prestigious individual award for tonight's match is the Harry Sunderland Man of the Match Award. This award is voted on by members of the Rugby League Writers Association, and there really is no greater honour in one match of rugby league to take out this award. The winner of this year's Harry Sunderland Man of the Match, Chris Joynes. I'm sure you all agree, a thoroughly deserved winner of that award. He crossed for a brace of tries, and what a player the man is in the second row, the St Helens captain. Well, there are some jobs in the game of rugby league that none of us like to put our hands up to do, and that is officiate. They are the toughest jobs, bar playing, of course, and I think it is now time to present the commemorative medals of the Super League to our officials. Please welcome on stage the referee, Russell Smith. Touch judges, Paul Hewitt and Tony Martin. And of course, reserve officials, Steve Ganson and Stuart Cummings. It certainly takes a special kind of person to do the job they do and to do it so effectively. Thank you guys for your support, and a job well done throughout the season. Well, in any grand final, of course, there has to be a loser. But I'm sure you would all agree that these guys played in the true spirit of the game. Please welcome on stage, Wigan Warriors.
And last onto the stage, Andy Farrell, the Wigan captain, and he will feel the pain of the loss more than anyone.
For a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you would like to hear from this man. He has had a tremendous season. He's led the Warriors all the way. They did finish as minor premiers. Andy Farrell.
First of all, I'd just like to say to our supporters, I'm sorry we didn't win the grand final for you, but I think we had a great season, and thanks for your support all season. But most of all tonight, I'd just like to thank the 5 players that's leaving Wigan: Tony Smith, Brady Mayland, Jason Robinson, Tony Mestroff and Willie Peters. Thanks very much, fellas. It's been a pleasure playing with you.
Thanks, Andy. Congratulations to yourself on a magnificent individual season. Well, it's been a hard slog for these guys. They are the current Super League champions, and now they are the new Tetley's Bitter Super League champions for 2000 St Helens. Well, what a marvellous season. Records have tumbled. These guys have led the pace right throughout, and they thoroughly deserve to be this year's Tetley's Bitter Super League champions. Please now call forward their skipper. He scored 2 tries. He took out the Harry Sunderland Man of the Match award. Let's hear from Chris Joynes.
Commiserations to Wigan. They put up a a spirited fight. I'd just like to thank the players, the coaching staff, all the backroom staff who's worked really hard. We're going to have a big party at St Helens tomorrow, so get yourselves down there. And people have questioned our defence this season. We've just defended our Super League crown. So see you later.
So Chris Joynes and the Saints are the Tetley's Bitter Super League champions for 2000. They are the champions again. And it's the Saints who are leading the singing now of When the Saints Go Marching In.